Oh, good morning, good morning, good morning. Y'all already know who it is, talking to individual CJBK. It is about 3:40 a.m. Wednesday, August 17th, 2022, live from Brooklyn, New York. um, so, as you can see, I'm still on YouTube probation or YouTube jail because whatever I said about COVID, I don't even remember what I said. The community standards didn't like that, so they gave me a strike. So I'm in jail for about a week. So when all these videos upload, it's probably gone. I think there's at least 4. This will be number 5 videos that are gonna be waiting to upload. Right now they're all saying too many strikes to upload your content. So but it is what it is. So, a couple of things I'm noticing. I've been using more of the prime YouTubers. Well, that's the name of their channel. First off, YouTube channels, Primal Hacker or YouTuber Primal Hacker. Their pineal gland decalcifier and pineal gland decalcifier and nanobot detox solution. Basically, like apple cider vinegar, iodine, activated charcoal, and borax. But you could watch his video and he'll show you how he measures it out. Oh, and distilled water. Right now they're focusing a lot of energy particles, photons if anything, on my chest cavity or mediastinum. Like I said before, basically is they concentrate the amount of particles that's in the air, the photon particles that's in the air, and they focus it into a beam, and it basically goes into wherever they're trying to aim for. So so this light beam, right, it's like a near infrared light. It gathers up all of these protons, right, and then they focus it into a beam. I mean, that's basically how a laser is formed. It just gathers the photons within a tightly confined, space, right, and then it directs it into something, right. So yeah, they have all of this focused on my chest, basically from where the sternum, basically where solar plexus is, all the way up to about the top of where my collarbones meet the sternum, and then from not necessarily all the way over to the far side of where the rib cages turn towards the back, but it's kind of like actually it's more focused on the middle part, like here to here. So it's like, now that there's some light, it's basically like here, and here. And there's, just like this, you can feel that there's like a lot of thermal and a magnetic presence of like heat and like a energy field. And then when I hold my hand over it, it feels like something is going through my hand, like little tiny things are shooting through the back of my hand and into my chest. Protons or photons. Is it protons? Oh, but anyway, So there's the bus. I knew when I left the house I was going to miss that one that's going by now. So I said I might as well just start walking. By the time that thing get to where I'm at, I might be already about like 2 blocks from the train station. So I'd be like, might as well just start walking. Anyway, so yeah, I've been taking the detox stuff, and I haven't been as consistent, but I'm gonna start working on my consistency because I'm motivated now. There's more and more people coming out, and they're telling me that they've been, finding some relief or some, encouragement by what I'm doing. And I'm like, I have removed myself enough from the world to where I don't necessarily care about the same things that everybody else do. Everybody's worried about money. I'm not going to worry about money. God teaches us not to worry about money either. As long as you're working and you're doing something towards making sure you can acquire the things that you need, God is going to make sure you get it. But you got to make sure that you're doing what's right in the world. God literally tries to mostly help those who are doing what's right in the world. The ones who God don't necessarily help that much, because a lot of times, if bad things keep happening to you and you're constantly doing bad things, God ain't thinking about helping you. That's why all of a sudden now you feel compelled to do certain things so that you can so-called get your hands on stuff that you want and need. But for the most part, when you're greedy, you're never going to be satisfied. Greed, anyone who is filled with greed is never satisfied. They're never satisfied. They're never going to be satisfied. And on top of that, most of the time, joy is the farthest thing from their mind. Happiness, they focus themselves so much on happiness, but happiness is not what you're supposed to focus on. Happiness comes and goes. Happiness, and I've explained this before, happiness is literally like, you have a favorite store that you like to go to get a favorite particular thing. And you're happy just from the thought of going to that store and getting that thing. You're happy. You just thought, ooh, I got a taste for this. All of a sudden, your happiness goes up a little bit. And then now you start to I guess in a sense, manifest it in yourself. Yep, I'm going to go to the store and get this thing. Now you're just a little bit more happy. Then you finally get to the store, and then like one of two things could happen. You get to the store, you're like, ooh, can I get such and such? And then next thing you know, they're like, sorry, we're all out. Then you're like, damn, I don't work my mind up and work myself up for this one thing, and you don't even got it. All of a sudden, your happiness just took a nosedive. Disappointment. So now you're over here like basically feeling all sour and whatnot because you couldn't get what you want, right? Or even worse, they have the thing that you like, right? Then all of a sudden, when you get it, it don't taste like it's supposed to. Maybe there's a different person making it. Maybe the person who made it isn't feeling themselves today. So now all of a sudden you're just like, oh, I feel this is such a letdown. Now you're like in a funk because the thing that you wanted isn't made the way that you wanted it to be made. So now you're in a funk, right? That's happiness. Joy in a sense would be like, okay, even if those two things were to happen, it doesn't change you in any way, shape, or form. It doesn't change how you think or how you feel. You acknowledge that it is kind of disappointing, but it doesn't necessarily change how you feel. That's the difference between joy and happiness. Happiness fades. Happiness can basically change at like the drop of a dime. Can you recover? Recovery. Can you recover from disappointment? That is where joy comes in. Joy is basically like having a station, or it's like having a fixed it's like having joy is like having a fixed status in your vibrational frequency, you know. I guess you would call it peace. I don't know if I ever posted the diagram. It's like a diagram of different emotions and the vibrational frequency number for each emotion. It's like an upside down triangle rainbow. I was like, they got a dog inside. They got the dog inside of the van. I'm like, how long that dog been in there? Anyway. Yeah, you need to find joy in your life. Because remember, everything that these gang stalkers, these secret society Luciferians, you know, everything that they're doing is geared towards trying to make you lower your frequency. Everything that they're doing in this world is to lower your frequency. Why? Because it keeps everyone the same. If everyone is the same, you're much more easier to control and manipulate. You have to be above the influence. Remember, I think neutrality on the frequency range is I think that's like 500 hertz or something like that. Neutrality is like 500. It's like the middle. I mean, neutral, right? So you need to be above that as often and as long as possible. I think at the end of this video, I'll have like, I'll post a picture of it, or, at some point, I don't know, I'm gonna post a picture like here. Okay, then so yeah, as you can see from the diagram, there's levels to this vibrational frequency thing of emotions, right? So when you think of everything that they do, just remember, they're operating, one, they do not control their frequency. They're allowing their frequencies to be controlled by artificial intelligence. They're allowing their frequencies to be controlled by humans outside of them who are manipulating their frequency. Meaning, when you start to use your mind and use your spiritual energy to actually control your frequency, it doesn't matter what they do. Doesn't matter how much they try to tune you, because I can feel when they try to tune you. I have learned a level of peace, or learned to master a level of peace and sensitivity to energy, whether it's either sound or light. See, and there goes the bus. Wait, it's coming. Boom. And like I said, I'm already 2 blocks from the train station, so I'm just like, I'd rather I just start walking, because then the walk just feels like the warm up for me. Getting myself loose, because I'm about to be riding a bike for the next 8 hours. So, but remember, they're allowing themselves to be controlled by something that's artificial. We were all born in this world to be able to control these things manually. But so many people have been so poisoned, so divided, so diluted, so misguided and manipulated, that they never really learned how to control their vibrational frequency. This is why a lot of times people can't seem to understand how to control themselves or how to, not get mad or angry at every little thing that happens in life. I'm gonna go around because I don't like being in front of cars when I know that the light's about to change. Oh, I was about to get the light anyway. I just try to think in that sense sometimes that like this is one of the, this is probably one of the favorite things I like to do is when I do start walking and I'm walking by this like Catholic church. You could tell by the design of this church. This church has probably been here for many, many years. And I'm getting chills every time I walk by this church and I hold my hand over it. And it's like, it literally feels like something is peeling off of my body. Like there's like energy, just like energy that's not supposed to be a part of me. It's peeling off my body every time I stick my hand out over it, right? But then the moment I come from over that church, it's not as strong anymore. But anyway, that church might be truly holy ground. My chest even feels better after doing that. But yeah, so just remember, you have to operate. You have to learn how to mentally and spiritually be able to tune yourself. And then, I kid you not, you can actually feel when they are tuning you. You can feel it. Sound, even though it's infrasound, sound that's supposed to be like, below or above the human hearing range. Your brain is still reading and sensing this sound. Your brain is still recording this sound. Your brain is still, resonating with the sound. So even though you can't hear it, your mind, you can feel your mind engaging something. If you try to actually just be still and not think of anything, but your brain still feels like it's registering something, trust me, that's for a reason. Because if you are actively trying not to think of something, but your brain still feels like it's trying to operate or is trying to, calculate something, that is because they're most likely trying to tune you, So then on top of that, when it comes to the near infrared light, 6 minutes. See? Doesn't even really matter if I catch the bus or not. I catch the train.
L train is now arriving. Please stand away from the platform.
Somebody asked me, they was like, aren't you worried about... Somebody asked me, they was like, aren't you worried about people knowing too much information about you? Nah, I don't focus on that. Because remember, they already have my brain. They already have access to my brain and my memories. They already had extracted my memory blocks. They already are, sorting through my memory. They already have all that. So why do I care about if I give someone information about me? What more information do they need when they already have access to my brain? So just think about it like this. When you know that you're being remote neural monitored, just already get comfortable with the fact that they already have more information or access to you than you can probably imagine. Because once they have gained access to your central nervous system and your brain, that's pretty much it. The machine is already learning who you are. The machine is already, basically understanding how you think. The brain mapping process is already done, and it is basically just collecting the information about you. So all right, let's Oh wow, that's what my hand looking like. Yeah, sometimes I just wake up like this. Anyway, so yeah, just keep in mind that only you can learn how to manually control your frequency, how you feel in life. They're expecting you to never learn this. They're expecting you to never learn how to be able to manually make yourself feel peace. They're expecting you to never learn how to basically learn how to control your emotions, and they're expecting you to only receive thoughts and intentions, but to never create your own thoughts and intentions. They're expecting you to be a receiver, not a creator. You know, yeah. Then was there something else? I don't know. As time is passing, and I'm continuing to feel even more. So something else I noticed, right? Yesterday, while I was in the shower and I was doing, like when I'm in the shower, I listen to the anti-nanobot. If you when you're on YouTube, just type in anti-nanobot, and you're gonna see like it's a 20-minute video. There's two videos though. It's the same frequency that's being played in both videos, but it's two of them. They're usually like 20 minutes, and that's pretty much it. And they play like this frequency, and as you're listening to the frequency, you feel your brain resonating with the frequency, and almost as if like when you hear it go dee 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 dee. In those moments when I hear those particular beats or pulses, it feels like there are things disconnecting in my brain, but also throughout my body. They say you can listen to it either with headphones or without headphones, but you listen to it for 20 or 40 minutes, meaning you play it again. And what it's doing is basically disconnecting the nanobots, right? And then it, I guess it's either being extracted or excreted through your pores, or probably through like when you go use the bathroom or something like that. But anyway, so while I was doing that, and I make sure I turn the power off to the outlet in the bathroom, and I also what else I do? I turn the power off to the outlet in the bathroom, or I like press the button so that like it resets the power plug, the outlet, so that there's no electricity flowing through the outlet. And then I turn the light off. Somebody will probably ask, well, how do you see? Consider it like sensory deprivation. You don't necessarily need to see. Just, be safe. I mean, I just basically, I have a rug on my floor, and for the most part, my door isn't necessarily closed all the way, so it's not pitch black. Like if I'm playing it from my laptop, there is some light in the bathroom, so, just be safe when you do it. And what I notice is, even when it's dark inside of the bathroom, I still see like this flickering light over my eyes. And that was one of the clear signs, or the clear ways that I learned that yes, there is projected light that is over our body, and they're also projecting light over our eyes. And just after I said that, I felt a frequency like right in my what is that called? Scrotum. Almost as if like they were trying to cut something. But anyway, they're basically projecting a light over our eyes, and you can even sometimes, if you like, our hands are so powerful. you can literally do something like this. Pinch in front of your eye and pull. Now, as I'm pulling away, on this side, as you pull away, you will start to feel as if like, you know how, let's say if you are, let's say you got a rag with soap, right? You have a rag with soap and you grab the rag like this and you're trying to squeeze out like you're trying to squeeze out the soap and everything, and you feel it pulling up on this end. So when you go down like this, you feel like when I pinch, and that's even with the frequencies. Like right now they have a frequency that's attached to probably some muscular tissue near my hip joint. When I pinch, right, and then I pull away, first thing you'll notice is this vibrating feeling in between your fingers. And it'll have a pulse too. It'll have a pulse, right? And then as I'm pulling away, you'll start to feel like something is pulling on this side, but then you wouldn't necessarily feel anything on this side. In between your fingers, you'll feel a pulse, right? But on this side, you will feel like something is like pulling up on this side. So even just doing this motion here, I can feel like something is going in between my fingers. Like there is something in between my fingers. And remember, our fingertips, and I'll post a video here, or I'll post a picture here. Our fingertips emit electromagnetic energy. So that electromagnetic energy is the energy coming from our body. Now, if we can grab a frequency that is foreign to our body and then move our finger along that frequency, our fingers will let us know that there is an energy that is connected to us and is basically, palatable. Not palatable. What's the word? Like you can sense it with your hands. You can actually touch it. So I was in the bath, in the shower, and I'm listening to the frequency. And then as I'm seeing the flickering, I decided to go like this with both my hands. I'm covering my eyes, and then I went like this. Now, as I'm pushing forward like that, I could feel like something is pulling up on the top of my fingers, and then it's going down into the palm. And as I'm pushing away, I am literally, and this is when I realized, remember, there's photons and phonons all throughout the air, whether they're in a resting state or, maybe it's from frequencies that's moving around or whatever. So as I'm pushing it away, I am feeling the energy particles, from like a quantum or molecular, point. I don't know. It feels like you're pushing. I don't know how to explain it, because I know photons and phonons have a weight. They all everything has a weight to some measurable degree. So as I'm pushing it away, I'm feeling the weight or the density in the air of something that I feel like I'm moving something. Think about how when you see people do Tai Chi or Qigong or anything like that, they move very, very, very slowly. And the reason why they're moving slow like that is because they're actually sensing the energy surrounding their body, and they're moving this energy away and moving it around their body. They're basically feeling the energy that's around their body. They know that it's, that a lot of this energy is not, healthy for the body. This is why a lot of times they do it so often, because it's like these are like natural exercise or meditative ways that they basically try to cleanse the body of energy that's not necessary for the body to have. You know. But anyway, yeah. So yeah, we're dealing with some very high tech stuff, but it's not undetectable. We just didn't know. Yeah, it's not undetectable. We just didn't know. So yeah, I'm gonna end it here. I'm about to get off soon, and I'm gonna just keep making videos until they finally release them so that they can be uploaded. So anyway, remember, take life one breath, one thought, one step, one day at a time.